G'day again, John Down and Tunage here in Melbourne, Australia. I'm jumping on board the thread put out by Alan Static Traveller. He's got a 9-question thread that he's got going, and there's been quite a few entries on it, so I'm going to have a go as well because really enjoyed what I've seen so far. If you were God for a day, what would you do? And the first one is, which album would you add or remove a track from? And I will go with this one, Director's Cut by Kate Bush, 2014, where she redid quite a few of the tracks that she had. It's in one of those pesky sleeves, so I won't pull it out. But yeah, the one I cannot stand is this first track, Flower of the Mountain. That was originally called The Sensual World, which was on the album of the same name back in '89. And at the time, she couldn't get the rights to some of, what was it, Ulysses? Something. Goodness me. Yeah, I think it was, the James Joyce or something. And some of the lyrics or the wording she wanted to use, she couldn't use. But apparently they finally relented on this one and gave her permission. And, shouldn't have done it. Sorry, Kate, you should have left the original on because that's a fantastic song and the video is just as nice if you know the video. So, yeah, I would definitely take that off this album. Question 2, which artist would you resurrect? First one, Maria Callas, but yeah, and I don't think many people care about opera singers, so we'll leave it at that. But yeah, she died too young and had too short a career. And another female who also had a career that was way too short was Ofra Haza, Yemenite Israeli woman from mainly in the 1980s. Yeah, she died in the year 2000, only aged 42. This is probably her most sort of commercially well-known album, the Sade, which had him in Alou on it. And so that was a bit of a tragic career that she had. But fantastic singer and utterly gorgeous as well. So yeah, I'd like to see her back again. And she was on the Sisters thing, wasn't it too? Temple of Love, the 92 remix. She does some background on that as well. So, Ofra Haza. Which album, if you could, that you have, would you obliterate from existence? I've sort of gone 2 because one's a bit too sort of locally Aussie related, so you Northern Hemisphere people won't understand. But that one is this one it's a 7-inch single by Warwick Capper. And he was a VFL footballer in the day, and this is thankfully his only song, and it's called I Only Take What's Mine. Came out in '85, and if I remember, I'll put the video to it because he did do a video, and it is shocking. So I'd love to get rid of this because it was just so terrible, because he was just basically copying a guy called Jacko, who was another AFL footballer, and that's this guy here. And this guy was funnier, wasn't he? He had sort of doing battery ads and stuff like that, but he was really a funny guy. But yeah, Kappa sort of went a bit flat. And also in the video, you'll see him throw a dart at a dartboard, and the target of that is this guy. So yeah, if this was never in existence, that would be a good thing. And the second one, which is probably will be well known to Northern Hemisphere people, is the Cradle of Filth.
I beg your pardon.
Yes, darling.
I beg your pardon.
Look at it. Beautiful artwork. You just think, oh my God, this is going to be good. Gorgeous, even the CD.
Best singer on the planet, I'm sorry.
Yep. So, yeah, you get this, you hear it, you hear the intro music, this is going to be good. Gorgeous background, sort of that deep, strong death metal type sound. Really good. And then you hear this pathetic jockey on helium squeaking away over the top, and it is awful. So Dusk and Her Embrace, or anything by, Cradle of Filth. I'd love to kiss that goodbye. But if somebody else could take over the artwork and put something better vocally on, I'd be happy. But yeah.
Unbelievable.
You didn't see that coming, did you? All right. Something to show the power of nature. This is an Aussie one. Aussie indie. God, what year is this? About 85, 86. The Screaming Believers. and that is a volcanic eruption over, if I can show it probably, the house is down the bottom there. I think this is Iceland from memory. But yeah, that's a pretty good shot of how small our sort of existence on the earth is. So
that is not a drawing, that's an actual
Oh no, that's
photo.
actual photo, yeah. Screaming Believers, sort of indie guitar-y jangly from memory, but that's yeah, gorgeous shot of volcanic eruption there. 3 musicians you'd want to Frankenstein together. I will go for their guitarist, Eddie Van Halen, of course. And then a drummer, I will go with, not her, but the guy, yeah, the drummer, Terry Bozzio. Yeah, fantastic drummer. So I'll put him in there. And thirdly, we'll go with Graham Bonnet. So yeah, he's got a pretty powerful voice, he has. So that's the 3 that I would like to Frankenstein together to get one sort of super muso. Okay.
What does Van Halen put in?
Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen.
Well,
Come on, eruption, darling. Don't you? Anyway, yeah, Mrs. isn't into.
I don't know what.
She's not into Frankenstein.
He's going to add to it.
All right. So next is the female and male that you would take to you. Well, not really. Yeah, a bit of a spoiler because I'm not religious, but I would take this person with me for sure. Diamanda Galaz. How gorgeous is that? Yeah, she does that quite a lot now, these negative shots, but that actually really works there. So she'll be the female that I would love to have with me for eternity.
You're welcome to her.
And the male, I had to go males because these 2 are best together. And Derek and Clive. How good are they? Absolutely used to get pissed off their fart as a fart and just put a tape going and record it. And some of their stuff is utter genius. But yeah, they're both quite intelligent on their own and did a few movies, didn't they? The odd ones. What do we have? Bedazzled. Yeah, he was in Bedazzled, and he was in, oh, what's that one he had? Arthur? Was that
10.
Arthur? Oh, 10. Yeah, there's quite a few. So that's the males that I'd have with me.
How can you forget Bo Derek, Jono?
Oh, she's blonde. Anyway. All right, the 7 deadly sins. I'll try to get the whole lot. The first one, the one that first came to mind for envy is this one.
Most gorgeous cover I've ever seen.
And yeah, Sophia is definitely showing envy there. Looking at Mansfield's goodies, so that's envy. And what else we got? Lust. Well, that was easy because we've got an album called Lust from Lords of Acid.
Love
How
that
good is that?
CD.
Oh, they are.
That is absolutely...
Yeah, they are brilliant. I'd love to get all this stuff on vinyl, but yeah, not easy to get in Australia. But there's Lust. Gluttony. This is Mrs. D's idea, because I was thinking of something else, but she goes, oh, what about this one? I went, oh, of course, yeah, Supertramp. Breakfast in America. Not much of a girlfriend, but she's the only one I got, yeah. So there you go, a rather
you can trust her
largish woman, and that looks pretty healthy. That looks like an orange juice, doesn't it? So there you go. So that's Gluttony. Pride. You had to go a bit subtle, but the Human League 7-inch Mirror Man. So that's obviously somebody admiring themselves in the mirror, and Oki probably was a bit of a pretty boy, wasn't he? He probably wouldn't mind looking in the mirror. But yeah, so there you go. Mirror Man for...
He's insanely good looking.
That's for Pride. Then what do we got? Greed. That was pretty easy. Flying Lizards and Money, or their version of Money, which is obviously better than the original, wasn't it? So yeah, I want money, lots and lots of money.
And lots and lots.
And Sloth. That was, yeah, to get that one, yeah, I had to go to Australia for the chats. And this is the EP Get This In You, which is getting really hard to get now. But their brilliant track off this, which is probably what a golden going, is a track called Smoko. And a Smoko in Australia is, yeah, you have a bit of a break and don't do any work.
And then go back to work.
That's bludger, isn't it? So that's Sloth, because you're just sitting around chatting and not really working. But so that will count as Sloth. So the chats from, when this, I think it was 2018 it first came out. And this is a 2021 repress. But yeah, getting a bit hard to find these ones because they've absolutely exploded in popularity, the chats.
What's the warning?
This album will tear you a new one. No need to explain that, but I do know what it means. And the last one to show for them is Anger. And how's that? He's even called that Angry Anderson. And this is the 7-inch for Bound for Glory, came out in 1990. And I'm pleased to say that I was there at the VFL Park when he played this at the AFL's Grand Finals halftime entertainment, which was the worst ever performance apparently by an artist until Meatloaf surpassed that a few years ago. But yeah, this is infamous for being famous because he was in a Batmobile and he sung that song, Bound for Glory. But yeah, his name is Angry Anderson. So that's the last of the sins. Who would you assign to hell? I haven't got any of their stuff on vinyl or anything. I didn't even have it on a compilation, but there's a hint. And Midnight Oil. And of course, who was their lead singer? Peter Garrett. And what did he do? He was a politician. And what was their music? Very leftist, very political, whatever. What was his famous line? It's better to live on your, die on your feet than to live on your knees. He went in politics and he basically lived his political career on his knees. So, yeah, Peter Garrett, see you later. His music's good there, I can't deny that, but you know, when you talk a big game, you should be able to back it up, and he never did when he was in politics. So, see you later, Pete.
He'll come to hear this.
Not a fan. I don't care. Who cares? I'll tell it to his face if I could reach, because he's pretty tall. And honourable mentions, because Piltz has already got him, but yeah, he dipped on. He got to have a go at Dylan. I'd agree. Bruce Springsteen, Beatles, they're just utterly boring. I think Rob Walker had to go on them too, so well done, Rob. Metallica, can't stand them. They're like a metal band. They're not really are they? They're just sort of a pretend metal.
They're not as good as Cradle of Filth.
Just as bad. Guns N' Roses, well, yeah, we don't need to say anything about that. And Don Henley, of course, because he's just anti-everything that... He's just like, I don't like Don Henley at all. And who was the other one? Oh, Air Supply from Australia. You Americans, how you fell for that, I don't know. But yeah, they were pretty shocking. As were Men at Work, but they've already, yeah, I think Ben had a go at them as well. But yeah, poor old Men at Work, they copped it because of the copyright dramas they had with that song from Down Under. So yeah, I better not sink the boot in anymore. And the last question is, who would you give your million subscribers to? And I'd rather not choose anyone, because I reckon if they got 1 million, they'd probably get lazy and fat and they wouldn't want to put the effort in to do videos. So I'll leave it at that nobody gets the 1 million, because, yeah, you need to earn them, I reckon. But, yeah. So this has been great fun, and thanks very much, Alan, for putting it together, because you do have a really good, thoughtful way of picking these questions, and really enjoy doing them. So from me and Mrs. D over there, we'll catch you later and see you next time.
Hooroo.